Evening, afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in this amazing world. I've been talking about loss of smell and taste due to nutritional deficiencies, which were triggered by your immune system hogging up all the zinc and all the vitamin A. So if you don't have sufficient vitamin A and don't have sufficient zinc, then your nose and your taste sensations are going to be reduced. So by supplying vitamin A and zinc back, then you're going to be supporting your sense of taste and smell. However, that's not the only thing. When you have an infection, then brain can be affected. And if your brain is affected, your brain controls everything. And if your brain is affected specifically in the areas of taste and smell, then that's a problem. And as you can see here on the webpage in front of me, that an early sign of dementia, early onset dementia, is loss of smell. And I don't think people are talking about this enough because we have so many people, including children, that have loss of smell. And we need to really nip this in the butt, because not only is it a problem having a loss of smell, short term, long term, it's very, very significant, especially if it's associated with early onset dementia and if it's associated with Parkinson's and other neurological issues. So I'm going to be providing you some evidence today, which will demonstrate that the information that I'm going to be providing you has a solution, and hopefully this will help you. And I will give credit to a couple people who reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, Dr. Lynch, I've tried this and I've tried this, and it really helped my sense of smell. And I did the vitamin A and the zinc, and that didn't help. Other people reached out and said the A and the zinc helped a lot and fixed their problem. Other people said no. But I really think it depends on how you are handling the viral infection and how you are treating it and how you're supporting it. So poor sense of smell may double your risk of dementia. That is a problem, okay? Especially now, since we know that loss of smell and taste is everywhere right now. So why does this happen? Okay, oxidative stress and infection and consequence disease. Okay, so we are talking all the time about how to overcome this viral infection and other infections. We talk about how to kill this, how to kill that, and we do it, but we still have long-standing problems. We are still not fully recovered, and some people are going still months without taste and smell. So why does this happen? Okay, so they say right here that viruses and bacterial infections trigger reactive oxygen species production and induce and modulate the antioxidant defense systems. Okay, so that is important so your body can fight the infections. The problem is it can lead to other issues. Where is it here? Looking specifically. So here they're talking about we've got to do redox homeostasis. So if you have a pro-oxidant environment in order to overcome an infection, that's great. But keep in mind that high oxidative stress environment to kill the infection is also hurting your own tissues. It's hurting your brain, it's hurting your eyes, it's hurting your muscles. That's why you get blurry vision. That's why you're getting achy joints. That's why you have brain fog. That's why your blood sugars are all messed up. Okay, so that's why your heart might be causing issues and your blood pressure is going up. So you have to have a balance between oxidative stress and antioxidant protection. Okay, so you have to have redox control, glutathione, okay, and novel therapies based upon the use of antioxidants. So you have to balance it. Now, this isn't a fruit fly, but be that as it may, I'm going to show human stuff too. But this is a really simple, to the point paper that they looked at stopping the damage of oxidative stress in the brain of the fruit fly. And when they did that, they got their sense of smell back. Okay. How they determine sense of smell in a fruit fly, that's pretty amazing. But what they did here is they managed to do that. Okay. So loss of sense of smell is among the first signs of natural aging and neurodegenerative diseases as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Not good. Okay. Not good at all. So don't freak out about that, because I'm going to be providing you solutions which will support this. So within the olfactory circuit, so sense of smell, there are neurons that get damaged. Okay. And they showed here that if there's a specific gene, specifically superoxide dismutase, that eliminates harmful pro-oxidants like superoxide. Okay, superoxide will damage the brain and will damage other things, but it'll also damage pathogens like viruses and bacteria. So superoxide during times of infection is increased, it's enhanced in function, and that will then protect and prevent smell degeneration. So that is pretty cool. So, and they're talking about, useful model for the identification of drug targets. Well, I don't think you need drugs. And from what I know medically and clinically and through experimentation and trial and error and years of experience, antioxidants can really, really protect your brain. So that's what we need to be doing, is protecting your brain. So Parkinson's, loss related to loss of smell. Okay. So this is that same paper that I just shared with you about the fruit fly and the neurodegeneration. Then oxidative stress results in excess free radicals in cells and tissues, causing cell damage, accounting for some aging effects, and loss of smell specifically. So they in this one they used resveratrol. Okay, resveratrol was used for 7 weeks, and the compound was able to protect particularly sensitive nerve cells from free damage, preventing loss of smell and retaining normal neuronal circuit functioning. And then they say another key factor is gut bacterial. So there is gut bacteria age-related smell decline. That is pretty amazing as well. The gut microbiome is massive. So here's your first antioxidant, resveratrol. So resveratrol can be a good antioxidant for supporting brain health. The problem was with resveratrol, A, it's expensive, B, there's all sorts of different types of resveratrol, and C, it's really poorly absorbed. So, and that's kind of the wine paradox in France, because there's some resveratrol in wine. They get resveratrol from grapes. But the process to get resveratrol and then the process for your body to absorb it is pretty, it's not very good. So NAcetylcysteine administration supports the loss of olfactory neurons following experimental injury in vivo, so in real life. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. So here they did studies, and they found that when they administered N-acetylcysteine, which is a glutathione precursor, with a record of safe clinical use, they did it in animals, and then they found that there was a reduction in neuronal loss in the olfactory area. Okay, so our results provide supporting the potential therapeutic utility for N-acetylcysteine following head trauma-induced olfactory loss. So head trauma increases oxidative stress and to the head, and then that head injury will damage the olfactory neuronal area. And so then these doctors said, okay, how are we going to support this? N-acetylcysteine is a precursor to glutathione, so let's give N-acetylcysteine and see if that works. And then they found evidence that it did work. By the way, the links to all these studies are in the description below. Another one, PQQ. PQQ is very, very well absorbed. So is N-acetylcysteine. I find that PQQ is better tolerated than N-acetylcysteine. If you're taking too much N-acetylcysteine, you can get headaches, irritability, nosebleeds, very dry eyes, kind of a heartburn feeling, especially if you're not drinking enough water with it, constipation, foul smelling farts, very foul, loose stools, diarrhea, irritability, and difficulty falling asleep. That's not fun. That's N-acetylcysteine, and that's also glutathione. Glutathione can do that too. PQQ, people have way better tolerance to PQQ, and the safety on PQQ is very, very high. Pregnant women can take it. It's actually used in fertility. Breastfeeding women can be taking it. Children can be taking it. Adults, seniors. I haven't seen it interact with medications. Probably does some, but since it's just an antioxidant, it doesn't increase the clearance of various medications. It just supports oxidative stress. So here they just summarize the potential health benefits of PQQ with supporting growth, supporting blood sugar, supporting antioxidants, and supporting the protection of your brain. Okay. Then there's another paper, lipoic acid in the treatment of smell dysfunction following a viral infection of the upper respiratory tract. This was done in 2009. So alpha lipoic acid is another antioxidant that can be supportive of loss of smell and taste. And this was a comment that I saw in a direct message on Instagram. I have not used this clinically. I've not researched it more than this, but it's what I've heard, that some people are using alpha lipoic acid with success to support their sense of smell return. Now, there's two types of alpha lipoic out there on the market. There's alpha R lipoic acid, and there's alpha lipoic acid. You want alpha R lipoic acid because it's non-racemic. There's alpha, and when you have the R, that's the type of alpha lipoic acid that your body uses. So if you get that, it's less racemic, and it's actually going to do a much better job at supporting antioxidant potential than just alpha lipoic acid itself. And there's lots of research on that, which I have not pulled up. Okay, so I wanted to pull up some questions here if there are any, and see if I can open up my YouTube. Knowing that you would have increased risk. All right, any comments? Where are they? Chat is disabled. Oh, that's a bummer. Why'd that happen? Did I do that? Huh. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know why chat is disabled. But it is. That's a bummer. All right. Well, shoot. I'm tempted to just restart this and do it over and enable chat. But I think for now I'll just keep going. So sorry about that. So let's go back to some other papers here. So structure function claims of PQQ. I wanted to share this because you can see here the clinical antioxidant effects of PQQ. So the levels of PQQ in the blood, as they increase, so does the antioxidant potential increases, okay, with a p-value of 0.05. So that is pretty low. Research shows that about 20 milligrams of PQQ is a good amount. So using about 20 milligrams of PQQ once, twice, 3 times a day, depending on what you need, that can be used. and it's very, very stable. As you can see here, it can undergo 20,000 cycles before being used up. Whereas you look at vitamin C has only 4 cycles before it's damaged. PQQ has over 20,000 times before it's destroyed. So it's seekinghealth.com. If you go to Seeking Health and you go to the shop section, you go to antioxidants, you can see the ones that we have here. And we have superoxide dismutase right here, which is what they discussed in that one research paper. That particular gene was found to be increased in the fruit fly in order to maintain a healthy sense of smell in the fruit fly. So the particular gene, superoxide dismutase, upregulated, it increased in function in order to eliminate the harmful pro-oxidant of superoxide, and you can be supplementing with superoxide dismutase directly, and clinically this has been very effective, and that's one of the reasons why we have it here. Alpha lipoic acid we have as the R form. That's what you want the R form, and you can be considering that as well. We have glutathione in a liposomal form, or we have it in capsules form. Okay, so we have liposomal glutathione up here, and it's just a taste difference. I like liposomal better. It seems to work faster and you can notice it better. The capsules of glutathione, you do feel it, but not nearly as fast as with the liposomal. But if you can't stand the taste of glutathione, then you go with the capsules. And then we also have the PQQ lozenge. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so the PQQ lozenge has been a big hit lately, supporting a lot of folks with their healthier vision. So a lot of people are struggling with blurry vision. PQQ has been supporting them with that. My son, actually, 16-year-old son, Matthew, I had no idea he was struggling with blurry vision with his last viral infection. And he goes, yeah, Dad, my vision blurry. And so gave him glutathione, PQQ. His vision is good now. And he never lost his sense of smell or taste because he was probably taking glutathione and PQQ during the infection. Okay, so you have an arsenal here to choose. If you were to pick one, I would be leaning towards PQQ because it is the most stable, and it has evidence to be working. There's people reported back that it worked very quickly for them, but everybody is different. We also don't know your oxidative stress levels compared to hers. Glutathione is another big one. PQQ is much more well tolerated than glutathione. If you're taking glutathione, I recommend keeping an eye out for kind of the big 3: headaches, irritability, and difficulty falling asleep, and anxiousness. So if you're taking too much glutathione, that's what you're going to experience. So back off if you're experiencing those things. Alpha R lipoic acid, also a very safe antioxidant. When you're taking this one, it does have a burn factor. So make sure that you drink a solid glass of filtered water if you're taking alpha R lipoic acid, because if you don't, you will literally feel it, burning you kind of right here, and maybe 20-30 minutes later you're like, God, I feel like I have heartburn. What is that? It's because you didn't drink enough water with your alpha R lipoic acid, and maybe have a bite or two of food with it. Superoxide dismutase seems to be quite well tolerated for a number of people. I haven't heard of any issues with this one, but I'm sure they exist. So if you do have some, please share them with me. Curcumin is always great too, but I haven't looked at the research, but curcumin provides a healthy response to inflammation. So if you have an inflammatory process going on and it's out of control, you want to get a healthier levels of inflammation, and curcumin can be supportive with that. We have it in a capsule form and a liposomal form. The liposomal form is quite tasty. And a good trick that I do with kids is I will blend the curcumin first. I won't blend it, but I'll have the kid open their mouth. I'll squirt the curcumin or the liposomal vitamin C in their mouth, tell them to hold it because it tastes good. And then I'll squirt, like a 1/4 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon or so of the liposomal glutathione in their mouth. And I'll tell them to hold it, and then they'll swallow, and then they'll be fine, and your compliance for the liposomal glutathione will go up. Okay, so I hope that serves you. That is a lot of good information about how you can be supporting your brain so you can get your sense of smell back, because there's a lot of factors involved with taste and smell, and with smell being the first sign, if your loss of smell being the first sign of early onset dementia, that is a serious thing to get fixed. So in post-infection, any type of infection can increase the risk of a loss of smell, and that is because infections increase the rate of oxidative stress, and oxidative stress in general to your brain will increase your loss of smell and hence dementia. Excessive drinking, excessive sugar, hitting your head from various sports or falling or what have you. So anything that increases oxidative stress to your brain increases the risk for sense of smell loss, and bigger than that, dementia and early onset things like Parkinson's, which is, we don't want that. Okay, so check out the links below, which I provided, so you can read the research more in depth if you like, and share them with your doctor. And if you're looking for antioxidants, seekinghealth.com has got you covered. All right, thank you.